The sun beat down on two armies facing each other. On one side stood the mighty Philistines, their armor gleaming. On the other side were the Israelites, their hearts filled with dread. The ground trembled as a giant emerged from the Philistine ranks. This was Goliath, a terrifying warrior who towered over everyone else. Goliath boomed a challenge. "Send out your best man," he roared, his voice echoing across the valley. "If he defeats me, we will be your slaves. But if I win, you will be ours." The Israelite soldiers trembled. Goliath was a giant among men, seemingly invincible. Far from the battlefield, a young shepherd named David tended his sheep. David was a brave and faithful boy. He had faced lions and bears to protect his flock. He trusted God to protect him. One day David's father sent him to the Israelite camp. He wanted David to take food to his brothers who were soldiers. David arrived at the camp just as Goliath issued his challenge. The Israelite soldiers were paralyzed with fear. David was shocked. "Who is this Philistine," he asked, "that he defies the armies of the living God?" David's words were overheard. Soon he was brought before King Saul. "I will fight this giant," David declared. Saul was doubtful. David was just a boy, while Goliath was a seasoned warrior. "You are just a youth," said Saul, "and this man has been a warrior from his youth." But David insisted. He told Saul how he had killed lions and bears while protecting his sheep. "The Lord who delivered me from the paw of the lion and from the paw of the bear will deliver me from the hand of this Philistine," David said. With Saul's permission, David went to face Goliath. He refused to wear heavy armor or carry a sword. Instead, he took only his shepherd's staff, 5 smooth stones, and his sling. David ran towards the giant, sling in hand. Goliath laughed at the sight of the young shepherd. David shouted back, "You come to me with a sword and a spear, but I come to you in the name of the Lord Almighty." He hurled a stone from his sling with all his might. The stone found its mark, sinking into Goliath's forehead. The giant fell with a crash, shaking the ground. The Philistines, seeing their champion fall, turned and fled. The Israelites, emboldened by David's courage, gave chase. The victory was decisive. David, a simple shepherd, had defeated the mighty Goliath. He showed that with faith and courage, even the greatest obstacle can be overcome. He reminded everyone that true strength comes from God.